think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere. We go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be ballin' too. I know you seen us falling through. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's greater haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bread, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, I'm right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper in with me. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly you down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was close, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spillin'. Stay on point, 6-2, gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleed. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleed.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. Shout out to the beautiful queen. Miss Ty Drakeford is in the building. Salute, queen. Windy City Assassin. Salute, salute. All things big AMCFSG in the building. Salute, salute, king. Peace and blessings to you. Lee Jackson. Salute, king. Peace and blessings to you. Bruh 6500. Salute, king. And hey, I'm glad your mama is doing well, bro. All praise to the Most High, bro. I'm glad about that, bro. Peace and blessings to that. Trey Skills, salute, king. Peace and blessings to you, homie. Terrell Davis, my guy in the building. Salute, homie. Peace and blessings to you, bro. Peace and blessings to you. Let's see. My nigga Joseph Bermia in the building. Salute, king. Peace and blessings to you. Light skin standing on business. Salute, my brother. Peace and blessings to you. Creole the motherfucking traveler. Salute, king. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Al Boogie in the building. Salute. Camp 11. What it do, homie? Salute. And all right, so that's it right now. And shout out to that hating ass nigga that has over 10,000 subscribers, but had 8 niggas in his chat yesterday talking shit. World Combat Sports. I know you in here watching. I know, bro. I know you watching. Went over there lying to you and your 8 Bud Crawford meat munchers over there. It was 80 y'all in there, bro. Y'all was acting like y'all was in a cult over there, bro. Like, Richie L, salute my brother. Peace and blessings, pimping. Salute to you. Like, you made it seem like we was all disrespectful to you. No, bro. I sat there and let that shit go on for a long time. Then you start damn disrespecting the females and all that shit, bro. Then you start getting on some meat munching shit. Shit we wasn't even talking about. You just needed something to bring in just so you could talk about the glorious of Bud and his nuts in your mouth, bro. That's all that shit was. That's all it was, bro. We're not going to act like it was anything else. And like, you made it seem like this and that, but when logic came to play, you had no logic. Brother Huey, salute, king. Peace and blessings. Like, I hate when motherfuckers be acting like, and see, this the funny shit about it. Shout out to the Queen 2 Cent Boxing in the building. Like, I hate when motherfuckers act like they come over here and then they act like they done killed me or killed somebody over here. Nigga, y'all don't be killing us. You die. You be motherfucking dying, dog. You come over here, you can't push that bullshit rhetoric and you die. And then you try to go over there and make it seem like we just a bunch of motherfuckers that's ganging up on motherfuckers. No, bro. I even let you sit there and talk the dumb shit and dig yourself into a hole. So you and your 8 subscribers, your eight members, how the fuck you got 10,000 subscribers and only 8 niggas in your chat room, though? Now, I don't understand that. But you and that shit right there, bro, like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like they say. Like, bro. Like, bro, I gave you a chance to do everything you want to do, bro. Yeah, nigga must have bought his motherfucking damn subscribers or something. But, nigga, I sat there and let you do all that shit, dog. I relaxed, and then you started over-talking to women and shit. And then you start talking crazy and shit. That's when I just said, you know what, bro? Fuck all that shit. You talking dumbass shit. Like, that shit right there. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And that's when I stepped in. But to be honest, the women was cooking the fuck out of your ass before I even stepped in. Like, 2 Cent was cooking you. Ty was cooking you. Like, nigga, you was getting cooked. Like, you was like Adrian Broner, like, I'm getting cooked. Like, damn, nigga, you was getting cooked up now. They was serving your ass on a motherfucking platter. And then you start getting mad, and then you start bringing in shit that didn't even have nothing to do with what we was talking about. Like, how the hell we go from motherfucking Jerron Boots Ennis, you try to say Boots Ennis and Brian Norman was on the same level. And then when motherfuckers bring out factual information that without Earl Spence, Boots and Terrence Crawford basically have the same resume, really. Then you gonna bring up Ricky Burns? Like, I felt like Soulja Boy. Ricky Burns? Like when he was like Drake. Like, come on now. Shout out to my brother GM in the motherfucker building. Like Drake? Like, that shit was crazy, my nigga. Like, and then it's just, bro. Hey, that motherfucker was on broil 6,500. 2 Cent dipped him in that damn grease and Ty flipped that nigga over. I was like, damn. I said, this nigga getting fried like a turkey on Christmas. Oh, let me switch this thing. I said, that nigga getting cooked like a turkey on motherfucking Christmas. Boy, deep fried. Exactly, Kevin House. Drake. Tell me what's really going on. Like, that's the type of shit that nigga was on, my nigga. But hell, I've been trying to reach out to Brian Norman Sr. and see if he want to run that fade that he ran with Greg Hackett. Since he talking about he gonna whoop niggas' ass and shit, I told him, I said, shit, I ain't Greg Hackett, my nigga. I can punch and I got movement. Plus, I'm 6'3", motherfucker. You not about to use that shit on me, my nigga. We can get it in. I'll knock your ass the fuck out on my kids. I'll change the motherfucking tire when I got finished with you, nigga. Your oil, your check engine light and everything gonna be on, nigga. They're gonna call your ass total fucking loss, and that's on my damn wife and kids, nigga. Like, nigga, I seen you fight. Nigga, I may be 43, but nigga, you won't go 3 rounds with me, especially without no headgear. Motherfucker, I give you the whole 20-piece bucket from KFC, nigga. And that's on my good word. I'm like, damn, how the hell you training your son with that bullshit? But this is why he's mad. Brian Norman, like I say this before, Brian Norman and his son is not going to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. They're not. They're not. Malik Taylor, salute, King. Bro, 6,500, I beat him the first round with straight body. And then the second round, he'd think I'm going to go to the body. I'm going to hit his ass up top and his lights out with 1. I'm going to come out in southpaw. And I'm going to switch to conventional on his ass mid-punch. I'm a stutter step. Boom. GM, you said it best. Who is Shakur? GM, everybody tired of motherfucker. Shout out to Big Dre. I gotta post that thing up for you today too, Big Dre. Because Big Dre and them, they got this thing coming up. I'm gonna post it in a little bit. But because hell, everybody knows Shakur lying. Motherfuckers tired of his lying, GM. Motherfuckers is not even giving Shakur no credence no more. It's like, what he gonna lie about now? But here we go. I'm gonna play this first though. That YSL Sports. YSL Sports.
All right, Jay, 2 of your sparring partners.
Yeah.
You got Jerron Ennis and Brian Norman. You've been sparring Boots for years. Mm-hmm. I think you sparred Brian Norman,
once.
Sparred once? Mm-hmm. All right, so, of course, now they're talking about that potentially being the unification bout at the standing illness. It was supposed to happen beforehand, negotiations, money. You already you know how they go. Business of boxing, right?
It wasn't business of boxing. It was not business of boxing.
What was it?
It was not business of boxing. We can't say it was. Now with this, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care when I met Brian Norman, it was love. And I don't have nothing against him personally. I don't have nothing against him personally. Because when me and him met, it was love. When me and him met, it was love. I ain't don't do that a lot. No. And then when he even got signed to ESPN, I was one of the first people yo, bro, ESPN did their thing getting you, bro. Congrats. I showed love. It is what it is. Because he was genuine. They seemed genuine when they came there. And I'm not saying it was him that's not genuine, but Maybe it's his pop. I don't know. But what I will say is this: it wasn't the business of boxing. You can't say it's the business of boxing when they say when Boots offered y'all like what was it 1.7 or something like that, and then you say, oh, that's not enough money. But then you take a fight for significantly less. That's not the business of boxing because I've never had one. Oh, because when I get they said something along, I was like, oh, if he get 1.7, then after he give his cut to this person, then it's gonna be less than $1 million. And then y'all took something significantly less than 1.7. Like y'all took something significantly less than it. So that's not the business of boxing. If it was that, this contract could have been signed on both of the ends. Well, I'm not gonna say on both of the ends. I know what Boots did. The contract could have been signed and they had their reasons for not doing it, and that's okay. That's their business. But no, it didn't go that way. And yes, I'm gonna be the first person on record. It ain't nothing personal about nothing, but I do choose sides, and Boots is my nigga. It is what it is. Yes, Boots wins, and I'm gonna be honest with you, he crushes him. Yes, I'm on tape saying he crushes him. Yes, he does. Now I don't got nothing against Brian Norman, nothing like that, but he crushes him, and he crushes him inside of 5. It's not the fight that y'all wanted to be. And they can say whatever they want to about me. I don't like when this gets out, I'm sure they're gonna go. I don't care. He's gonna crush him inside of 5.
You've been in there with both. Rate their skills, rate the power, speed. You know,
they're not. There's nothing to rate. They're not in the same conversation. I don't even know why. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why, Brian. Yes, me and Brian Norman did spar. It wasn't much. We probably went like a couple rounds. I didn't get off. He didn't get off. It was a weird mismatch style. He's small. I'm bigger. He was quicker than me. I mauled him some. It was one of them joints. Like that's all it was. We really didn't do much of anything. As far as boots go stuff, and, Bo right over there. Bo, I even have the conversation because I don't like that. Like Bozy's not a person who comes out of character either. Bozy or Boots is not a person that comes out of character. So when they started saying the stuff they was saying, it was just like, all right, y'all going a bit far now. But even Bozy said it like, yo, like you DM'd him and said how, like, yo, you mean my son need more work like that? Because he know what happened in the spot with him Boots. Then they tried to say at one point it was a low blow. I was there, and I can show you where it happened. It was not a low blow.
Well, what happened?
It wasn't a low blow. Boots caught him with a good shot to the body, and he took a knee. It wasn't even that big of a deal. It wasn't that. I don't know why they try to act like it wasn't that big of a deal. And again, it's boxing that happens. I don't know why people act like that's the end of the world. Guess what? Brian Norman got back up and he kept rumbling. Like, why are we acting like it's that big? No, okay, he caught him with a good body shot, and then they got up and they kept bumping. So what? Like he didn't get on a knee and curl out like, oh, I'm not getting up. No, he took a little knee and then he got back up. So what? But the only reason I'm even discussing this part because they talked about this. They're the ones who put it out there. This was never a thing that was out there until they did this. They did that. And again, I choose sides. Boots is my guy. I choose sides. At the end of the day, he caught him with a little body shot. Brian took a knee. He got back up and he kept fighting. But let's take the body shot out of it. Let's just say the body shot never had it. It wasn't. So I don't know why. Like that's what I don't like. I don't like when, like I said, this is my. Like these, I done had work with plenty of guys, world-class guys, etc. I might have got off, and that's not me. Everybody, y'all be gym heroes trying to make it out of a spar. Nobody care about that. Do it under the lights. I'm not saying that Brian Norman said the things that y'all said about Bozy. That should not have done that because y'all started that. They didn't start that. Y'all started that.
That man was there. Said Brian Norman versus Boots wasn't even close before the knockdown. Before the knockdown, it wasn't even close. And then people ask me, and see, this is what I be trying to tell my best friend. I be telling Key, Brian Norman versus Boots is not the fight that you keep thinking it's going to be. Like I tell y'all, Brian Norman is good against a front foot dominant Mexican. Against a Mexican that comes forward, he is great. Shalom to my brother, Mr. Altruistic, in the building. Salute to him. But that's why I tell y'all, Brian Norman Jr. versus Boots is not a competitive fight. I've been saying that. And like the man just said, while they was in sparring, Boots already dropped the man with a body shot. Now you realize this. He getting dropped with 16 ounces in headgear. Now you take off these 16 ounces and you put on 8 ounces, no headgear. Like Calcula salute, Night Rider salute. Now this is what I say. Like I said, Boots is not going to find no competition at 147. He's gonna run. He's gonna run the gauntlet. He's much better and bigger than everybody at 147. I admit that. Like he is not no competition. I don't see nobody competing with Boots at 147, especially not a Brian Norman Jr. And if y'all listen to what, yeah, he said he chose size, um, calculate, but the man sat there and told y'all, if y'all listen to what Brian Norman Sr. said on KQKC yesterday, he said, my son just 24. Salute to Mr. Pride. He said, my son 24. We're gonna make our own thing. What they're trying to do is gonna try to wait Jerron Boots Ennis out of 147. That's what they're trying to do. LaMarcus Robinson, salute. Chaz Gate, the salute. Exactly, Ty. If you're gonna pick a side, keep a side, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Don't play that. Don't play the in between, because the in between will get you fucked around, dog. The in between will get you fucked around. That will most definitely get you fucked around. And shout out to my brother Big Dre in the Cash App with the $5 holla. I appreciate you, King. Support. And y'all, I posted something on my Instagram. I'm about to share it with y'all right here. I want y'all all to check this shit out. If you in the area, this my man Big Dre. They got this thing going on. Hold on 1 second, so I can pull this shit up. You know what I'm saying? This right here. Hold on. Let me go to my Instagram. And also, if I can get 4 more people to support the grind, that would be nice today. I would appreciate it. If I get 4 more people to support the grind, that'd be great. But yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm pulling up Instagram. All right, here we go. All right, let's see if I can get this shit pulled up real quick. All right. Doing this crap like this, it's hard to do this right here. Home. All right, hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. I got it now. Share images. There we go. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. It says the DMV versus Cincinnati, Ohio. Knockout Champs amateur boxing event. It's at the Catholic University Heritage Hall in Washington, D.C. So if y'all there, make sure y'all check it out. There go the number at the bottom right there. So you got Ohio runs boxing versus motherfucking DMV. Ohio running boxing versus DMV. That's gonna be a night to remember right there. Y'all make sure y'all you in that area, you want a great night of boxing? There you go. You get to see the future stars of America. Look at them people from Ohio right there in the chat. I knew Mr. Altruistic was in there. Ohio running boxing versus the DMV. Salute to the beautiful Miss Cassandra in the building. Salute, Queen. So y'all make sure y'all come out there. Y'all know Ohio and DMV get it in. Ohio, DMV, Michigan. Those are some well-known boxing states now. Y'all make sure y'all check them out if y'all get a chance to. And Big Dre in the chat right now. If y'all need to holler at him, hit Big Dre up. You can hit Big Dre up if you need to. Big Dre there for y'all if y'all need it. You said it's supposed to be a video, Big Dre? Video, bro. She just gave me a picture. She just gave me a flyer. You might need to send her some. Can't hear you, bro. Hey, Dre.
Yes, sir. I was putting something in the private
She
chat.
just gave me a flyer, bro.
What's going on, baby?
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I was putting something in the chat to I was put
All
have it in the private chat so that instead of
right,
because
hold on one second. I see you. Hold on.
No, I'm using just the white half my
but you was
All right, hold on one second. Hey, Big Dre, do you have any social media? I was about to say, if you had social media, you already had the video.
can you hear me?
Yo, yeah.
Can you hear me?
I said,
Okay.
if you have a social media and you have it somewhere,
It's on my Instagram.
if you had social media, it's on your Instagram.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram.
All right, what's your Instagram, bro? I can pull it up right now.
It should be Big Dre
All right, hold
62250.
on. Hold on. Big Dre 62.
Yeah, 62250.
Big Dre.
But while you doing that, you were talking about the Normans,
All
and
right, I got you right there. I gotta follow you real quick. There, I just followed you on there. All right, it's a video. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up for everybody to see. Hold on, because I ain't that good. I ain't that good with like uploading videos and doing it that way. You feel me?
I feel you.
Yeah, she's the Key and my wife are the motherfuckers that's technological, not me.
Don't feel bad. I barely got it posted on Instagram.
Hold on, here we go.
But you were talking about the
All right,
Normans and Boots, man. And I think the Eddie should send them an offer that is very comparable to what they were where they were at in negotiations the last time. Make it a take it or leave it offer, and put it out there that he sent them an offer that's a take it or leave it, and make him fight or duck.
After I play this video, we're gonna talk about that because I'm gonna tell you like this: that shit ain't about to happen.
No, it ain't about
That
to
shit is
happen.
not.
But that's the way it should happen. Because I think you put them in a position where you either got to shit or get off the pot.
His dad too busy lying.
Oh, he got there capping it, and he rude as hell because he was rude on KC channel, you know.
Of fighters
And
is some of the DMV's.
I'm about to play your video. Hold on one
go ahead.
second. Right now.
In the DMV. It's live. It's the third at Catholic University's Heritage Hall, 620 Michigan Avenue Northeast. Of fighters as some of the DMV's best amateurs take on their counterparts from Cincinnati, Ohio. Not Bullets presents a night of amateur boxing and karaoke Saturday, Michigan Avenue Northeast in Washington, D.C. Tickets are now on sale, just $30. Available at eventbritedc.com. That's eventbritedc.com. Search Knockout Champs. Or you can use the QR code on your screen. Attention, fight. Amateur boxing. Saturday, May the 3rd at Catholic University Heritage Hall, 620 Michigan Avenue Northeast, Washington, D.C. Come out and support the next generation of fighters as some of the DMV's best amateurs. Baby Girl Productions, in association with Boxing Not Bullets, presents a night of amateur boxing and karaoke Saturday, May the 3rd at Heritage Hall, 620 Michigan Avenue Northeast in Washington, D.C. Tickets are now on sale and just $30. Available at Eventbrite.com. Search Knockout Champs. Or you can use the QR.
So y'all make sure if y'all can, y'all holler at my man. But if y'all in the area or if y'all going to look for a good time of boxing, y'all make sure y'all support the
Yeah, supporting the amateurs is what
amateurs
I'm
right
all
there.
about.
The amateurs get it in.
I like to see the guys with no fights.
Oh yeah, it's always I like that method. Boxing not bullets. Boxing not bullets. I like
Yeah,
that right
that's a
there.
nonprofit
And
here in
shout out to my
DC, man.
brother Richie.
It's a nonprofit here in DC,
Oh yeah.
working with kids.
What's
So
that in Southeast DC?
actually, it's in Northeast DC. Um, we
Oh, Northeast.
let me rephrase that. Um, Baby Girl Productions, does she got a thing where she's working doing boxing and mentorship for some of the area's youth, and she be putting on boxing events. So when I heard about it, I figured I'd do something for.
Something to do besides game bang.
Yeah, man. You get out there,
That's good right
and
there.
and she's also teaching them life skills. So it's not just boxing.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Y'all make sure y'all support if y'all in the area, if y'all around there. And shout out to my brother Richie L for the $2 holler in the cash app, bro. I appreciate that, Richie L. And like I said, can I get 3 more people to support the grind for the day so we can get it going? But Big Dre, what I was saying about that Boots and Norman, like people like his dad already knows what his son is. He even said he didn't even believe in his son. Like Brian Norman is a decent fighter. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said about Amante Stanionis, that's all he is, a decent fighter. Like he's not nothing spectacular. Jerron Boots on a whole nother level. You got a lot of background noise, bro. SB Mello, salute, King. Peace and blessings. Yeah, but what I was saying about that, like Brian Norman is a good. He might be a lot better as he get older, but some people just have their ceiling. Like some people, like Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a good fighter, but he's not going to ever be a great fighter. Like he doesn't have the attributes to be that spectacular. Like you have fighters that are once in a generational type talent, and certain things you can't teach. You can't teach power. You can't teach speed. You can't teach them reflexes. I mean, you can hone them, but if a motherfucker just don't got it, they don't have it. Like a motherfucker just ain't gonna have the type of power that Tank got, or the reflexes and power that Roy, or the speed that Roy got. Like you could teach a person their mind. You could teach them to use their fundamental skills to the best of their ability, and you could teach them to be the best at what they are. Like you could teach a person to be the best version of themselves. But if a person doesn't come equipped to party, you can't get mad about that. Like it's some blessings that you just didn't receive. And like a lot of people gotta understand that. Like just because you wasn't blessed with all this right here doesn't mean that it makes you less of a fighter. Like you just wasn't blessed in that certain way. And like your son, he accomplished a lot. Like Brian Norman, he became a champ. A lot of people never become a champ. But your son is not going to be no legendary champ that rules with an iron fist. He's just not that person. He's not that talented. Yes, against front foot dominant Mexicans, he can make a career off of beating up Mexicans. But if he start fighting tougher competition, he's going to get thrashed. He's going to get thrashed. I'm just saying that. What
Well,
do you think?
you mentioned Devin. Devin is a very good fighter. He's not a complete fighter, but he's very good at what he does. Um, he got he caught the trifecta of timing, availability, and the right opponent when he went in and fought Cambosis for the and became undisputed. Hey, I'm glad for you. Then he went and fought Loma, and um, a lot of people say Loma won that fight. I'm one of them. I didn't think Devin did enough to beat him, but um, I said that the night of the fight. I said that every time I've watched it since. Um, I've I came out saying Loma won that fight by a point or two, um, and it depends on the judges' scorecards, and that point or two just happened to go the other way, and Devin won the fight. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is.
I
Um,
felt I felt like Devin won 7 rounds, and Loma won 5 rounds. But the 5 rounds that Lomachenko won looked
yeah,
better
I thought they
than the
were more
seven
impressive
rounds that
rounds.
Devin won. Like each round, you only get 1 point. I mean, you only get, huh? I mean
The
that,
rounds that Loma won were more impressive rounds. I thought that
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I had it a tie one time.
The
I
round.
watched it like
You feel what I'm
5 times.
saying?
I had it a tie either once or twice, and I gave it to Loma twice. And I
But you
gave it
know
to
the
Devin
champ, the
once.
champ usually, the champion usually gets the benefit of the doubt. Though Devin was the
Right.
champ. But Loma could have tied the fight if he didn't take his foot off the gas in the 12th round. Even Devin admitted it. Loma took his foot off
Yeah, I thought Loma had
the
enough to
fight, and
win in
Loma
the
probably
12th
would have
round.
got the nod.
So,
Well,
but like I said, I think Eddie should make an
but
example out of the Normans, because if you do it the right way and put it out there. I mean, he put it out there that he sent an offer to all three fighters. Um, the first time. So put it out there that you sent him an offer. Put it out there that you made it, commensurate to what they were had to where they ended negotiations last time. Um, so you don't have to give a number, but it's around that area.
I feel like your price goes. I feel like your price go down now. You feel me?
Well, I but the Norman's going to say that the price went up because before they didn't have a title.
Now he just drop off. I guess he just dropped off. You said I'm in and out. Cool, Cal. That's why I just switched off. Yeah, I feel like the price goes down though. I guess Big Dre fell off. But I feel like the price goes down because like that's like saying Shakur's stock is going up with who he's been fighting. Nah, Shakur's stock has went down. He's done went down from Thursday main event to not long angle main event to undercards to undercards. Like you can fight more, and he was defending his title the whole time, but his stock steady dropping. And I feel like, especially when you fight on a female's undercard like Michaela Mailer and Sandy Ryan, like you just stunted your growth. Like you was the main event versus Giovanni Santillan. You won the belt. Boom. Next thing you do, you want to go for a higher ranked fight. You don't go to an undercard of two females that's not Amanda Serrano. Akello Nella Salute King. Now, if you on Amanda Serrano or Clarissa Shields undercard, that's respectable because they two people in the top of their cast, but Sandy Ryan, no. And then you sitting here complaining about the money that you're getting. And then you can tell the motherfucker trying to lie, talking about the cut that we gonna have to pay such and such is gonna be under $1 million. So what's the cut that you gotta give on 150,000? Like, ain't the cut the same percentage? So if you gotta give up a cut on your 1.7 million and it's gonna be under a certain amount, then wouldn't your cut be under the same thing? Like, wouldn't your cut on 150,000 be under 100,000? Like the shit the man say don't make sense.
He it is what it is. He out here fighting for chump change, and people gonna if you keep fighting for chump change, people gonna call you a chump. You know, the but like I said, I think Eddie should put it out there, make it known. I gave him an offer. It was a good offer, and it was compensatory to our last offer, and it's time to either fight or duck. You make the choice.
Yeah, I think that's the way it's gonna be. But Brian Norman said some things that was indicative of to how he feels as a father, and I heard what he said. Like a lot of people don't listen to what people say, but the man sat there and said, "We're gonna make our own way. We're gonna make our own name." My son's 24, and he says, "My son's 24, and he got his whole career ahead of him." What that means to me is my son is young. He's gonna be here for a minute. We can just wait till you get out the way. We'll keep bum bashing, and we'll make our own name from knocking out these bums. That's basically what I heard when he said that. That's basically what I heard. He basically said we're gonna beat up on bums, and we're gonna be cool with this right here.
Well,
That's
if you're
basically
gonna
what
do
he
that,
said.
if that's your plan, keep Boots' name out your mouth.
And see,
Stop
that's the
fighting
main
for
thing right there. I guess he fell off again. But that's the problem right there. People keep trying to attach themselves to other fighters. And like I said, that shit right there will be a person's downfall. And I just need 3 people to support the grind for the day. In the Cash App, PayPal, it don't matter. I just need 3 more people to support the grind for the day. Keep the cameras rolling. But that's another thing. A lot of fighters, a lot of people like to especially Top Rank, they like to let their people attach their names to other people. And then when you have a chance to handle that work, you're not handling that work. And it'd be very remiss if Brian Norman fights Jerron Boots Ennis, especially since Amonte Stanionis just got $4 million to fight while Boots took a pay cut. That was the main thing that Brian Norman Sr. was sitting there talking about, look at what the white boys just got. Look what Amonte Stanionis, Sexy Kendrick, 50 Cent, salute Queen. He was like, look what the white man just got. And I'm like, bro, your son is not even on that level right there. Like, you sit here counting the next man's pockets. Like, counting the next man's pockets is not going to get that. Like, counting the next man's pocket is not going to help you and your son.
You count the next man's pockets. I mean, what's stop somebody from counting yours? And you put it out there.
I ain't hear what you said.
Looking into it.
Shout out to the beautiful queen, Miss Barbara D in here.
Somebody gonna start counting yours. Listen, I'm gonna hop back in the chat because my connection keeps failing. So I'll talk to you later, Upper.
All right, brother. Peace and blessings. Yeah, they didn't want the Boots fight, Kello. They really didn't. And then he tried to sit there and say that my son's hand was hurt anyway. Actually, your son hurt his hand when he was training for the Cuevas fight. Your son hurt his hand when he was training for the Cuevas fight. It wasn't hurt when you and Boots was in negotiation. It was when it was getting close to the Cuevas fight. Your son hurt his hand, apparently, or allegedly. So, yeah, we're not going to act like that's what it was. Nah. And Miss Ty, you are welcome to hop up here if you want to, Queen. But shout out to my brother KO. He did a video as well on Brian Norman. I'm about to pull it up, let y'all see a little bit of it. Y'all make sure y'all check out KO. I think he's live tonight. Hold on, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. KO is live on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. I had to make sure today was Wednesday. But yeah, like KO said a lot of the shit that I said too. Key's handling some she got a lot of stuff she gotta do, Ty. And sometimes she can't hop up here because she has needy people. You know, when her needy people need her, then she gotta be there for the needy people. But yeah, I'm about to play this KO video. And while we got this video going, feel free to hit the Cash App or the PayPal. Yeah, you know that shit, Ty. But yeah, hit the Cash App, PayPal. Just need 3 more people to support the grind. Just 3 more people. And I'm about to pull up this KO. Hold on. Oh, shit. Wrong button.
Brian Norman saying this is just on some real shit. When you was in my chat last night, when you came in there popping off, and I said, say, bro, I'll drop the link for you and I'll get everybody off of there and you can come up here and we can have this conversation. It's just not going to go how you want it to go and you'll go viral in all the wrong ways. When I popped my shit at you directly and offered you an opportunity to come up and have a conversation man to man, where you could try to tell me you were going to slap the shit out of me. You could try to tell me you were going to do this to me and do that to me when you see me and shit. When you had that opportunity to tell me directly last night, why didn't you hit my link, nigga? Why did you wait to go on another man platform and tell another man what you gonna do to me? Boy, that's some soft ass shit, boy. That's some soft ass shit, boy. Why didn't you just come tell your boy directly if that what you want? You really not on there, bro. Let's get one thing clear, cause this is a boxing talk channel. But let's get one thing clear, bro. You try to do some real life shit. To me, that shit gonna have real life consequences for you, dog. My opinions on your son, nigga. If you don't like my opinions on your son's biggest rival, nigga, then don't like my opinions. Either skinned, can't take criticism, don't like nobody to disagree with me, ass over to them platforms gonna suck you off bullshit and don't correct you and don't on you, nigga. Go over there. There's plenty of them platforms that allow you to do that shit. That's just happy to have you on their platform, nigga. I don't give a fuck about you being on my to give my authentic opinion based on facts. And the facts tell me you, your son, your management team, who the fuck heard me over the internet, nigga, my opinion not changing. Ain't nothing you gonna do about it on the internet. Ain't nothing you gonna do about it real stupid. Because you said I'm stupid and idiotic. And I'm because everything I talk about is what you tell us, nigga. You told us that Boots is $300,000 to fight motherfucking Derek Quavaz, nigga. I didn't ask you to volunteer that information. You volunteer, dumbass. Let you tell, and I say, wait a minute, 1.7 million, 300,000 last. 300,000, nigga, that's 5 point something. That nigga offered you 5 times more. So I'm automatically like, yo, y'all duck the fucking fight, nigga. You fighting a lesser opponent for less money instead of fighting the tougher opponent for more money. You're fighting the voluntary defense instead of taking the unification fight. And that voluntary defense has a cheaper pay tag on it. While you get more money for the unification fight. Nigga, you ducks. I didn't ask you to volunteer that information. Now, what is stupid about what the fuck I just said, dummy? I didn't ask you to say that we were willing to go to fight Jerron Boots in this, but we wanted him to move the venue to Atlantic City. And if he wanted us to fight in Philly, we just needed more money. I didn't ask you to say that, but then turn around and say that after you had already went to go fight Giovanni Santillan in his hometown for $150,000, nigga. I didn't ask you to say this shit, bro. You said that shit, nigga. You did all them interviews capping your ass off, saying that bullshit, knowing that you had already fought Giovanni Santillan in San Diego, California, his hometown of San Diego, California, for $150,000. So again, nigga, what you want me to do? You said that shit. So yeah, nigga, wait a minute. So Boots got to pay you $2 million for you to fight him in his hometown, but Giovanni only got to pay you $150,000 for you to fight him in his hometown?
Hey, Talib Cunningham, let me ask you a question, bro. How's KO a clown because he told the truth, bro? Like, how's he a clown because he told the truth? I know me and him can get in the goddamn ring. I told him I'm not motherfucking damn Greg Hackett. Brian Norman is the one that's getting out here who's all feminine and getting an attitude when motherfuckers is telling the truth because he's lying. So when has it been okay for motherfuckers to damn take up for people that's lying? And I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna slap KO, especially when KO is in Texas. KO's in Texas. They carry guns in Texas. So Brian Norman Sr. wants to put his hand. Pretty sure Brian Norman reaches his hand to slap KO. That'll probably be the last motherfucker he reaches his hand up to slap. I don't get it, bro. I don't see the logic in that. Like Brian Norman sat there and disrespected KQKC. He disrespected a whole bunch of motherfuckers. And motherfuckers, and I'm trying to figure out like when we start supporting shit like that, bro. And acting like cold-hearted, bitter baby mamas. Brian Norman Sr. is not really like that. but no, that nigga ain't doing shit.
So the nigga got what's 150,000 times. So the nigga got to pay you almost 10 times as much to get you to do the same thing that you was willing to do. The 7 or 8 times more than he was paying you to fight there in the first place. Nigga was offering you 1.7 Diego. 1.7 million divided.
I understand what you're saying, Talib Cunningham. You said his son from the lies that he put out on his son. If Brian Norman Sr. wasn't out here lying all the goddamn time, then he wouldn't have to defend his son. But then they get a chance to fight Boots for 18 times more than their biggest payday, and they turn it down to go fight for 150,000. I mean, he could be like that, bro, but he just not just saying he gonna walk up and slap somebody. That ain't happening, bro. It's killers every goddamn where. Like, I done been to prison for damn pushing niggas off the planet and doing all types of shit. But I'm not just gonna think I'm just gonna walk up and like, it's real motherfuckers everywhere. And I mean, you know, sometimes some of my homeboys do. I mean, if that's your homeboy, my nigga, tell that nigga stop lying all the goddamn time, because that's all he does, bro. I can pull up videos where the nigga sit here and lie and contradict and do all types of shit, sit there and lie and cap. That's just not me. That's the type of nigga I am. I tell my homeboys, don't bring me into that shit, nigga. Then he started lashing out like a bitter baby mama. I'm just being real. He lashes out. I'm from that era where we didn't lash out like that. We can accept criticism. You're lying on your son, and that's not what men do. We don't just lash out when a motherfucker giving their opinion. Then you got to realize this is the internet. This is also a boxing channel. Motherfuckers have their own opinions. A motherfucker have their own opinions. And if you lie on the internet, somebody gonna put it out there. So if you fucking lying, you best expect somebody to come over there. I'm chopping. Hold on.
By 150,000 is over 10. Nigga was already offering you 10 times more than what you got in your last fight to fight him in his hometown. But that was just not enough. But 150 was enough to fight Giovanni Santillan. Duck, nigga. Furthermore, to go.
All right, I got this video playing right here. Just tell me where he lies at on the video. Just tell me where the lie is on this video, then, bro. Just tell me where the lie is. And salute to the Queen 2 Cent on the board.
Go back to the hometown shit. You niggas just offered to fly all the way to Japan, nigga, to fight Suzuki Kawasaki, nigga. You said this, Brian Norman Sr. I didn't make you say this, bro. You said this dumb ass shit. You said this duck ass shit. You said this capping ass shit, bro. Not me. Don't get mad at me because you say dumb shit and I just react to the dumb shit. So again, wait a minute, nigga. You wouldn't go to Philadelphia for 1.7 million to fight for a unification with.
You say we worried about grown men's pockets, and they paid Stanley Owners $4 million. You know, I just said this to Brian Norman yesterday in KQKC thing, and then he tried to call me an idiot, right? But like I said, I told him I'm not Greg Hackett. If he want to box it with me, I box. I'm 43, 6'3". I still got my hands. But what I'm saying is, you said he paid Amonte Stanionis $4 million. All right. So let me ask you a question, Talib Cunningham. You seem like a sensible individual. If you used to paying $5 for this chick right here, taking her to McDonald's, or Wendy's, getting a 5 for $5, right? And then you meet another motherfucker, right? But she ain't used to 5 for $5s. She wants a steak dinner. You go give them what they're accommodating for. But check this out. Amonte Stanionis, the $4 million that Stanionis got, do you know how much Amonte Stanionis was getting to fight Virgil Ortiz? He was getting $3.5 million. He was getting $3.5 million to fight Virgil Ortiz. Do you know how much money he got to fight Roger Butayev? He got $1.8 million to fight Butayev, plus $1.5 million for Earl Spence to step aside. So he made $3.3 million. Stanionis got over $1 million to fight Delorme. See, you talking about Stanionis, but that's like saying, well, Canelo Alvarez gets a $10 million guarantee because he's Canelo Alvarez. Amonte Stanionis has a whole country. He has a higher base. Amonte Stanionis ain't coming out the door for less than $2 million. Now, let's go to Brian Norman. He just got $150,000 to fight Cuevas. He got $150,000 to fight Giovanni Santillan. Do you see the difference? You got one whose starting price is $2 million. Then you got one whose starting price is $150,000. So Amonte Stanionis got double what he was worth. They was trying to give Brian Norman 18 times what he's worth. So if you look at it, Brian Norman had the bigger upside because he was getting 18 times more than his biggest payday. You see how that worked? Plus, Amonte Stanionis brings more eyes. Brian Norman was just on the undercard of Michaela Mailer and Sandy fucking Ryan. You cannot put Amonte Stanionis on the undercard of Sandy Ryan and Michaela Mailer. Like, you sitting here talking about Amonte Stanionis, and then you talk about men watching other men's pockets. You worried about what Stanionis got paid. Stanionis got paid $4 million because that's his pockets. This man he ain't even get double what he normally paid. So if you want to look at it that way, Brian Norman would have been the biggest winner because he was getting 18 times his biggest payday. You contradicting yourself, bro. Like over here, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, bro. I'm not sugarcoating shit. I'm not meat riding shit. I'm gonna keep it facts, logic. The man was getting his biggest payday. He won't get that payday nowhere else. You say you don't care, my brother, but you the one that pulled it up. You the one that said it, bro. And then you say you don't care. You the one that said it. But this is what else I'm trying to say too. You can't tell a man what he deserves, but you know the market value will show you what you're worth. I can go and say I deserve $1 billion, but if the market don't say I'm worth $1 billion, I'm not gonna get it. Like, boy, Terrence Crawford got people thinking crazy as hell out here. So okay, Shakur think he deserved. He didn't think he deserved 25 cents versus Devin. He didn't get the fight. Shakur didn't think he deserved what he was getting versus Tank. He didn't get the fight. You can think what you want, is what you make. And boxers tell people what they don't deserve all the time, Talib. That's how fights don't get made. When a motherfucker say, you're not worth this, and they move on. Nah, Killer, they said Stanionis got like 4 million, Boots got 2.5, he took a pay cut. It was supposed to be like 3 million apiece, but Boots took a pay cut. But sitting there saying that you can't tell a fighter what they deserve, they tell fighters what they deserve all the time. Shakur about to see what he's worth in a few minutes when they get this motherfucking damn purse bid.
I don't know why people. What's up, y'all? What's up, chat? What's up, Ty? What's up, Upper? I don't know why people keep saying you can't tell a fighter what they're worth. How do you think they figure out what to pay these people? I mean, you can't tell them that what they feel their worth is wrong, but that doesn't mean that we just gonna pay you what you feel you worth. That doesn't happen in any industry. Name an industry where you get paid off based off how you feel.
If that was the case, motherfuckers be rich out this motherfucker, dog.
Hey, I feel like YouTube should pay me $10,000 a month. But guess what? My numbers don't reflect that.
Yeah, I feel like you should remonetize me, but my numbers
You
don't
feel what I'm
reflect
saying? It's just cliche stuff people keep hearing and they keep repeating it, but they not thinking it through. It just don't make sense. And I'm tired of people acting like boxing is the only job that
you say I got it, bro. All I'm doing is spitting facts, bro. I mean, but peace, bro. But all I'm doing is speaking facts, bro. If you can't handle facts, you just can't handle it, my nigga. But I'm not about to sit there and gas this old ass nigga that's up here lying. Nah, it's not gonna happen, bro. The nigga lying, he reaching, and he defending shit that he put out. If his ass keep his fucking mouth shut, then it wouldn't even be this shit right here. He doing the same shit Bill Haney and Schofield did. And the fact that he's your friend, you too close so you can't see the shit. This nigga out here crashing, dog.
I mean, he literally just came out and said he was capping. Like, I reviewed we did a live reaction to the interview on my live stream last night, and he literally said, "Oh, y'all some idiots, because that 1.8 million y'all keep talking about, the fight couldn't be made anyway because my son was injured." How you gonna call me dumb because I believe a lie you told? Like, what? Like, it's really a non-argument, but people just want to argue on YouTube and they want to hate on Boots for whatever reason. I really don't understand it. It's weird, and I hate to be like, oh, it's because he challenged Crawford. Nah, they hating on him. All of Crawford Johnson bouncers hating on him because he challenged Crawford. But that's what it's starting to seem like. Y'all there?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish talking. You said somebody don't do.
This the other thing too. I want to say, why do people act like boxing is the only industry that you risk your life to work in? It's not. It's not. My husband has had. Matter of fact, since he was a nuclear engineer in the Navy, he has damn near every job he's had has been extremely dangerous. But he doesn't get to go to his HR and be like, I put my life on the line and really, no, you don't get to do that. You decided to participate in something where your life can be at risk. That doesn't mean you get to get paid what you feel like you should get paid. It just doesn't work.
What the
like
fuck? They said Kid Austin was offered 1 million to fight Abdullah Mason and said that they want 2.5. What the fuck?
They gotta be lying.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That nigga straight up ducking Abdullah Mason. But I tell y'all
that's
one
them top ranked fighters with that bullshit for real. That's them top ranked fighters with that bullshit.
But I'll tell you one thing, man. Can I get 3 people to support this grind for the day? I just need 3 people to support the grind for the day. Can I get 3 more people to support the grind for today? I would appreciate that. I deserve. Matter of fact, salute Brian King. Since motherfuckers talking about what they deserve, I at least deserve 3 people to support 3 more people to support my grind for the day. Since we could talk it into existence. Since motherfucking Boots and all of them, they don't tell a man what they deserve. I deserve 3 people to hit the Cash App or the PayPal and support the grind for the day. Can I get what I deserve, people? Can I get 3 people to support the grind and my time, people? Can I get that? But yeah, like, damn, man was like, nigga
I gotta make a phone call. I'll be right back.
All right, Ty, the man said he gonna walk up, smack motherfucking damn KO, and I'm like, damn, like, and you would tell your homeboy to do some shit like that, like, that's not a good homeboy right there, dog.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I was being quiet. I was actually looking for something because earlier on KQ, a gentleman jumped on the panel and decided to, we had a little back and forth regarding, I guess, the timeline of the situation and, Brian Newman and them having to go to Boots' backyard to fight him. And of course, again, I was told I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't do enough research. So, in between this show and KQ's, I went to go see if I can find
He fought Santillion in his backyard,
well,
and he's
that's
about to
what
go.
I was.
And he's about to go fight Zen Sasaki in his backyard.
Yeah, so that's what I was alluding to. And actually, while I was watching the interview, one of the ones that I could find without his father on it, he actually said that he likes going in people's backyards. So, that kills that whole argument that he wants more money to have to go to Boots' backyard because out of his own mouth, Brian Norman Jr., not Senior, since I was told I'm always listening to Senior, not Junior, he said out of his own mouth that he enjoys going to people's backyard. And that's on a Fight Hype interview that I will gladly post for whoever wants to watch it. But just so that we're clear, a duck is a duck is a duck. You know what I'm saying? And people can dress it up however they want, and I get it. People are fans of theirs or of him, and no one is trying to shit on the young man. All we're saying is that you need to be consistent with what you say so that when you have inconsistencies, you're able to explain them or you're not painted as a duck. But when your father is on the internet doing all of these interviews, saying different things on different interviews, then you can't necessarily be upset with the fans when they come to a conclusion that you don't want the smoke. And as I said before, I don't think that anybody would really be talking about Brian Norman Jr. if he was not attaching himself to Boots. So
Bingo.
make yourself
Bingo.
smart.
And let me say this too, real quick. Y'all know what's really crazy about this situation is
Exactly,
that
Planet 619. That's what I was about to say. Planet 619. Like he said, we were pocket watching and proceeds to watch Staniona's pocket. Like I was like, damn. Before you do that, Tucson, let me play this real quick, boo. When I go ahead, Tucson, go ahead.
yeah, I just want to say this real quick. I think it's crazy. Like you really was capping because you couldn't make the fight because your son was injured or whatever you saying now or the IBF and all this stuff you saying. So you capped your way into being called a duck. That's crazy. You voluntarily capped your way into being called a duck, and now you mad.
Why
I
they
don't
couldn't make the fight,
understand that.
Tucson? Why they couldn't make the fight?
He said that they couldn't make the fight anyway because his son was injured.
But that's a lie again because remember, after they
No, no,
made
no.
the
But
Quavos,
the point I'm making, no, I get it, but
I
I'm
know, but
saying
watch this. But you remember when they was in the training for the Quavos fight, remember it was like 2 weeks before the fight, his son got injured, remember? When everybody was like, Brian Norman might lose this fight, that's when Brian Norman got injured. Remember, he went through the whole training camp. It was 2 weeks before the fight. Remember, he got injured.
that's so now you lying and making yourself look like you kept. Like he just needs to just chill. He just need to chill.
You don't remember they had to push the fight back because it was like a couple weeks before the fight, and that's
Damn,
when
turn
because everybody was like, Brian Norman might lose this motherfucking fight. And remember, it was like Brian Norman might lose this motherfucking fight. And then next thing you know, the nigga got hurt. But watch this, y'all, because I just heard some crazy shit. Look at this shit right here.
I'm driving real fast, but I just had to update y'all on something before it hit the news or before it hit social media. We've been offered a fight with Abdullah Mason. Hell yeah, we accept that. $2.5 million. That's the price. So put the money on the wood, it all go good. Yesterday price ain't today's price, baby. Let's get this money, baby. Yes, we'll fight that.
More capping. Anytime we see
Let's
negotiations in the
go.
public,
Jay Prince
I'm
got
gonna
money. Put that money
automatically
up. Tell
deem it
people
as
all
cap.
y'all got. What up, y'all?
So my question is this: that obviously
News.
sounds like an
Or before it
answer
hit
to an email
hit
that was
social
sent with
media. We've been offered
monetary
a fight
value
with
attached
Abdullah
to it.
Mason.
So why
Why
are
why
you
would you get
taking
two
all this
point
Sound
five
time to
million
right.
dollars
discuss
to fight
that?
Abdullah Mason?
People are so damn delirious.
This
Why
is
are you
what's
worried
crazy,
about
right?
$2.5 million?
Like I'm pretty sure that Bob would have gave up $1 million because they trying to push Abdullah Mason, and Kid Austin would be a huge fight for Abdullah Mason because everybody's saying that Abdullah Mason is not tested, right? And I know they would exactly Planet 619. They pushed that fight back because the week before the fight, Brian Norman got hurt. But yes, Abdullah Mason, they would. No, they was gonna put it up, GM, because I remember them saying that they trying to get Abdullah a big fight. And remember, Shakur and them was gonna give Kid Austin $1 million. No, Abdullah Mason, they said Abdullah Mason was taking a pay cut, that he was gonna fight damn near for free, Cal Cool it. I heard him talking about it. They said Abdullah wants to get a big name because everybody is questioning him. And he said he'll fight it for free. And the dude can get his purse and everything, right? So Abdullah was saying he wants the Kid Austin fight, and he said the Kid Austin can get his purse too. But now this nigga talking about 2.5 million. Nigga, you ain't even about to make 2.5 million versus the champion Shakur, nigga. Like versus Shakur, the champion. Like that's what I say when niggas
Up with
be
these numbers.
like niggas be sitting there ducking, like
What
duck,
formula are they
like
using?
nigga. Like that nigga is some ducking ass shit. Like
Yeah, let me
2.5, nigga. You might get that versus Tank, but nobody else is going to give Kid Austin no goddamn
Exactly.
2.5. That's how you can duck without saying you ducking, because you saying my son is worth this. So you saying you saying Abdullah Mason is more dangerous than Shakur Stevenson, because you was willing to fight Shakur Stevenson for $1 million, but to fight Abdullah Mason you want 2.5. So you basically know your son is going to lose. You're trying to sell your oath because you already was trying to get the Tank fight. So you feel like you can at least get 2.5 for Tank. And you know if you lose the motherfucking Abdullah Mason, then your story, like, that shit crazy, man.
And I feel
That's
like they do all of these things, and then your son don't got the star power you think he have, and then it turns into everybody ducking me. Don't nobody want to fight me. I'm the boogeyman. It's like, no, nobody want to deal with you. It's not that don't nobody want to fight you. It's nobody want to deal with you. 2.5 million. Like where? Why? How did you? What formula did you use to come up with that number?
called I'm gonna name the biggest price I can so you don't motherfucking fight. But shout out to my nigga GM in the Cash App with the $15 holler. He say cause you deserve it. Appreciate you, King. Shout out to Brian the
I
King
want to make a
Falcon with the
point.
twos. And shout out to my nigga Kawhi Elliott in the Cash App with the $2 holler. Appreciate y'all, King. Since I deserve it, I appreciate it. But
I want to make a point real quick.
And
So if
I
y'all
don't understand.
notice, hold on, Tuset. Let me make this point real quick. If y'all notice what Abdullah Mason said, he'll fight him for free. That's a nigga that believes in himself. You understand what I'm trying to say? If he ain't worrying about no money, he just wants, what do I always say? The
well, hell, he
opportunity.
fights
That's the
6
nigga
times
that
a
what
year. He fights
it
6
don't
times a year.
matter.
So
That's still a nigga that believe in himself. He ain't haggling over no money. Give me the fight. Because what? I need a big name. So this is a note that Shakur can take and put in his notebook. He's doing a sacrifice to get himself a big name to elevate himself to the next playing level. That's the point. Shout out to that young man, if that is in fact true. Shout out Abdullah Mason. I
But
see
that's
that
a good
dog
point,
ass.
Ty. Just like I was making the point last night on my live, like, why nobody ever is like, Shakur, just take the fight. No, Shakur, pay him what he asking for. No, Shakur, just take the. I never hear that. I never hear nobody encourage these
but you remember I
B-side
said that.
fighters
But
to just take what they, you know what I'm saying? Take what the offer is, or do this or do that. It's always the revenge of the nerds out here that wants to take advantage of the more successful fighter. And I don't
yeah,
understand that.
GM, it was gonna be a main event fight. it was gonna be Abdullah Mason's first main event fight. But you know, Auntie Schofield ain't about to let that happen. But I just said this shit yesterday. I sat there and said, like, these fighters are out here doing it the most for the least amount, and then they think that they deserve certain shit. Like, this shit's gotta stop for real. Like, it really has to stop. Like, I told y'all, Shakur is the only fighter out there that's never had to make a sacrifice to get where he's going. Like, every other fighter has made a sacrifice. And GM, that wasn't saying that Abdullah was going to make an M though, but GM, like, you best believe that Keyshawn and his opponent made an M together. And if Abdullah Mason is giving up his purse for the fight, that'll add up, especially if it's a main event. Plus, to be honest, I think Abdullah Mason brings in a bigger crowd. Just being honest.
Is this the Turkey effect?
This is why I say Eddie Hearns and Turkey are bad for fucking boxing. Like, they're bad for fucking boxing, dog. This is the damn shit. Exactly, Miss Joette. What this got to do with Devin? Ain't nobody suing nobody. We ain't talking about lawsuits, so you ain't got to bring Devin up. Ain't nobody talking about a lawsuit.
They talking about everything about Devin except this fight he got coming up.
Yeah, like, the only time you bring up Devin is a
price point for that. Can we jump on the price point for that fight? I would like to know how they came up with those numbers, $20 per fight, and then they trying to give you some little raggedy ass discount if you buy that fight and the Canelo fight, you can get both of them for $90. I would really love to understand their mathematics.
No, I want all the Turkey Johnson bouncers to be all in the uproar because he raising the prices and charging more and all this. Now it's $90. I don't care if it's for 3 fights. Like, what are we talking about?
Exactly,
And that
Kevin
fight card
House.
is trash. That fight card is absolute garbage.
That's what people don't realize, Kevin House. Turkey already made Abdullah an ambassador. So Turkey's gonna put the money behind Abdullah Mason. So
what does that mean? Can somebody kind of break that down for me? What does it mean to be an ambassador? What does that mean exactly?
Well, it depends on what kind of ambassador. If he's a brand ambassador, then that means he's choosing you to represent his company, just like he did Shiraz, which is why he wouldn't let him lose when he fought Adamas. But
why are we using the word ambassador? Like, we got to pay attention to the verbiage.
Well, because he wants you to sound important, just like people think that Turkey has money when he's really a high-class administrator.
An ambassador is basically
titles.
Hold on, Ty. Ambassador basically means a representative of Turkey. So, you know what Turkey is doing, he's being a coach of virtue, and he's linking himself to all the young good fighters. That's what he tried to do with Tank and everything. So now he's making Abdullah his ambassador. So he's trying to get Abdullah indebted to him. And it's crazy how Schofield is getting offered $1 million to fight Abdullah on a Reha season card. But now this nigga asking for $2.5 million. Like, nigga, you think Turkey's about to give you $2.5 million? Like, bro, these motherfuckers is crazy, dog.
If you were a young up and coming fighter, that's on a star trajectory, would you go with Turkey? Like, I just need to understand because to me, Turkey is not experienced enough, in my opinion, in boxing, honestly, to trust him with my career and to move me.
If I was a young fighter, if I was a young fighter, I would be with Top Rank. I would be with Top Rank. Like, say like I'm 18, I just finished the amateurs. Say like I just came in there. Frequent, I ain't dropping shit, dog. Use your brain. I didn't drop it for these women. So, one thing about it, like, I would go to Top Rank.
I think somebody deleted your pinned message. Somebody deleted your pinned message.
How the hell do they even have authority to do that?
Can't nobody do that. But I'm up here frequent, so that's a lie. Real niggas up here. Ty and 2 Cent up here. That's 2 other real niggas up here.
Frequent, please. I don't want to time you out today. Chill out.
Nigga, this shit is pinned, dog. God damn. But what I was
No,
saying
it's
is,
deleted. Upper, that's what I'm telling you. Somebody deleted it.
oh, I guess Miss Joette must have did that shit. Damn, I didn't even know motherfucker. I didn't know they could delete it.
Me neither. They'll say message deleted.
Damn, I didn't even know motherfucker. Damn, who deleted?
Nah, Lamarcus said it's up there. I'm about to say, can't nobody do that. Lamarcus
Yeah,
said
I'm
it's right there.
I'm about to say, can't nobody delete my pin message?
Hey, the message I got pinned to the top of my chat says, "Message deleted by Cole."
I don't know what the hell wrong with your shit did 2 Cent. But what I was saying, though at the beginning, I would go to Top Rank because I can get the 6 to 8 fights a year. You feel what I'm saying? I can get the 6 to 8 fights that I need a year in Top Rank, and they will move me as such. And Swad Jones, salute my brother. Peace and blessings to you, bro. And you know, with Top Rank, I could get as many fights as I want, because Top Rank gonna give you as many as you want. And if you want tougher fights like Tiger Johnson, they will give you tougher fights. Whatever you can handle, Top Rank will give you. So I will build my career like that. In my first 3 years, I'll probably get like 24 fights in. I'll be like Abdullah Mason. That man got about 20 fights in his first 2.5 years. I will get them fights in. And as soon as I get me a name, I will motherfucking hop up and fight and go to PBC. I will go to PBC because PBC has the stars. Like, I will make sure I go to PBC after I build myself at Top Rank. But to go with Turkey, if I'm in a financial situation, then yeah. If I'm in a financial situation, then I might go with Turkey. Shout out to Rick Timms, because Turkey does pay more than the average for the lower class fighters. See,
but what about taking it? Hold on. What about taking into consideration, like going over there, having to get acclimated to the time, the food, people getting sick, and yeah, a lot of people were saying when you go overseas that a lot of people just get sick just because they're not used to the air or the environment or any of that. It's like
a lot of times when you go outside the country, if you haven't been outside the country, right? You know, other people's water doesn't have the bacteria that our water have, or they have different bacteria in their water, so they can get you sick. But like I said, if I go outside the country, everything we consume will be prepackaged or bottled. Like, we're only here for business. We're not here for pleasure. Anytime I come over there, it's for business. I'm not eating their motherfucking food. I'm not drinking a drink. I'm coming over here, getting it in, then I'm getting the fuck in. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to play with it. I'm gonna come get this check.
Go ahead, Upper.
No, I would say I'm coming over to get that check, and you know I'm coming back home.
I would just like us to revisit very quickly the last interview that Papa Schofield did, talking about how he's not going back to Saudi, how he doesn't want to do business with Jay Prince because of the situation that they pulled with Shakur. So I just find it interesting that now he's willing to entertain a fight with Abdullah Mason via an exorbitant amount. But just the fact that 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever, how long ago that interview was, you stated you were no longer interested in doing business with them. So I just find that interesting that now he's willing to do business with him. And if it is true, Abdullah Mason, you know, this is how you make a sacrifice, Shakur, to get to the next level in your career. You believe in yourself.
But see, Shakur's not gonna do that. And shout out to my brother Oakland LD in the cash out with the $5 holler, talking about need some duck bucks in the building. I appreciate you, Oakland. But see, that's the problem right there. Shakur hasn't took a
probably can't
back
afford
seat.
to.
Like, like he hasn't took a damn back seat his whole career. And plus, he getting extorted by Jay Prince and them. Like, all that security that they keep around for that shit ain't free. Oh nah, so
Never
why we
found
ain't
that
talk?
interesting.
So why we ain't talking about Shakur like that? What we're talking about? See, so why we're not talking about Shakur. We're talking about how how certain
I was just
fighters have
making a
to take.
comparison. That's all.
We was making a comparison, and we was talking about how in his whole career he hasn't like every fighter has had to take a bad situation. Like Floyd had to take it with Oscar, Earl took it with Kell Brook and with Bud, but Shakur was supposed to take it 50-50 with Jamel Herring, but went around the back. But see, that's what I'm saying. Shakur has never been put in that situation, but he got Jay Prince right there. That mob tie shit ain't free. Like Drake. Drake got Jay Prince, but Jay Prince and them is not doing that shit for free. Like Ja Rule and Irv Gotti, they had the Supreme team. You heard what 50 said. 50 said Supreme told them niggas, this is my food. When you get real motherfucking street niggas and real fucking gangsters on your team, you have to pay. That's what I said. Swazzo, Jay Prince is all these gangsters is about extortion. It's called extortion. Yeah, you might be on a team, but you about to pay for this goddamn team, dog.
Y'all
Irv
ain't learned
Gotti
from
and Ja
Big
Rule.
U.
Yeah, exactly. Ja Rule and Irv Gotti. Them niggas was Murder Inc., but they was paying the murderers. Like shit, nigga. Suge Knight. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I was on my cousin record label. I was extorting his ass, like nigga. Like nigga, I'm just saying, like, it's a dog eat dog world, bro. Like when you motherfucking got like lions and wolves do not sit down and eat with sheep and deer. It's just not a fact. In the wildlife, you can't have a bunch of wolves eating with antelopes or a bunch of lions eating with sheep. It just doesn't do it. Because yes, sheep, you around me, but I'm keeping the other lions and the other wolves off of your ass. You feel what I'm saying? Like Miss Joette, in Toronto, he rolls with the Hill Angels, but in the United States, he's with the mob ties. Drake, you remember Jay Prince tried to call Kendrick and told him to stop that shit. But I'm just saying that's just the way of life when you get money. Motherfuckers, somebody's gonna be extorting you. If you're not the real gangster your motherfucking self, somebody is putting their hand in your pocket. And Shakur, he got damn 3 promoters in his pocket, basically. Because Jay Prince gonna get his off gate. That's why when Shakur was sitting there saying he can't accept such and such versus Tank. Because hell, he ain't gonna really get to eat. And that's why you don't see Shakur taking nothing less than $2-3 million because he got to pay his fucking taxes. And it's fucked up. But shit, Jay Prince was on that Floyd ass for a minute. Floyd got rid of that shit though, but Jay Prince was on Floyd. I know Jay Prince mad as hell. He let Floyd get away because after that shit, Floyd got that big ass fight with Oscar, that Pacquiao. Boy, could you imagine Jay Prince getting part of that 400 million? Can y'all
But
imagine Jay Prince?
why does Jay Prince not fighters not produce stuff like that, right? You get what I'm saying? Like Floyd might not have been that big if he stayed with Jay Prince.
I mean, one thing about hood niggas, though, we only get so far in life, though. Some hood niggas don't have that mentality to think outside of hood
This
shit.
way.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
sometimes they don't think outside of the hood shit. Like they too stuck on trying to be hood rich and instead of trying to be wealthy. Instead of being hood rich, instead of being wealthy. And that's what they think. And yeah, it's been like that. Yeah, Bob and Jay Prince been together for a minute. But that's why that's why Jay Prince people always go to Bob. And Bob always know to give him a good price because Bob also got Jay Prince rocking his back too. I mean, Miss Joette, I understand that he rocking with the Hells Angels in Toronto, but when Drake's in America, he's wearing that motherfucking he wearing that motherfucking mob ties. You okay, Miss
Yeah,
Ty?
so I mean we weren't yeah, I'm good. We weren't necessarily talking about Shakur. I was kind of just making a comparison to a young man who is believing in himself and betting on himself and taking less than probably he deserves just for the opportunity to elevate to the next level. When you do stuff like that and promoters and you know they see that, they're more willing to give you more opportunities. So again, shout out to Abdullah Mason. I don't know why he's with Jay Prince. I think that was not so great by his dad, but you know, it is what it is, and he has his own reasons for that. But hopefully he can get away from him as well.
Hey, Ty, can you and 2 Cent hold it down for like 3 minutes real quick?
Sure. Yeah, so what
Frequent,
do
the
you think
fucking
about
link is
that?
pinned.
Oh
The
my
frequent.
goodness.
Oh my fucking God, dude. Frequent. I
Let's
done told your ass a fucking few times. The link is pinned at the top of the fucking chat, dog. The fuck? I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but what do you think, Tucson? Because I just find it interesting that all of a sudden he's willing now to go and fight in Saudi Arabia or whatever the case may be. So I don't really know. I'm not sure why all of a sudden he's changed his tune, but I just find that very interesting. A couple weeks ago when he was on Mill City, he made it seem as if he didn't want anything to do with Jay Prince or any of his fighters. He also said he wasn't willing to fight Abdullah right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I got to go back and watch that again, but I could have sworn that's what he said, that that's a fight for later down the line. So I don't know, but I guess money talks, so we're gonna see how he really feel, see if they can get it done, because that would be a really good fight. Frequent. It doesn't matter if it was there or not. It's there now. Click it if you want to come up here. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? I'm trying not to time you out, but you like it's like you like a child. You acting like you want to be timed out. Click the link if you want to come up. If not, I don't understand what the big deal is about. If you come and come on. If not, be quiet. Jesus. But Susan, did you hear me? Oh, well, anyway, I don't know what what the issue is going to be, but anytime you discuss funds publicly, you know something is not right. I don't know why these boxers do that. The first thing they do is hop online and start talking about stuff that needs to be behind, you know, behind closed doors, and then wonder why people call them ducks. Well, if you kept your financial business to yourself, we couldn't do it because we wouldn't know. So no, that's just where I'm at with it. I personally don't understand why people do that. Frequent flyer, how can we help you? He coming up, then he don't come up. Like, see, this is oh my goodness. But yeah, I personally don't understand why people do that. I think it's a little tacky and it invites people to pocket watch when you do stuff like that. So if you don't want people in your pockets, don't put your business online. You know what I mean? That's just the simplest way I can put that. If you negotiated behind closed doors, we honestly wouldn't know what you're willing to take and what you're not because it would be behind closed doors. So I don't know. I think they need to learn a little bit better on how to conduct business because that's not how it's done. Somebody sends you an offer, the first thing you do is not to hop online and discuss that offer, especially if you have no real intentions on taking it. You may be trying to paint the other side as a duck, but when again, that's the most money you've ever made, it's kind of like pointless to do so. So I don't know, but that's just my thoughts on the situation. Two cents, you there? Hmm, I guess not. Hello. What is that? I guess upper step away and 2 cents up. So I don't know what y'all think, chat. Y'all think that they should be negotiating publicly, and do y'all think that he would actually fight Abdullah Mason if given the opportunity? Do y'all think he would fight him? And who y'all think would win? I got Abdullah. That's just I like Abdullah. I really don't see Schofield as a threat. He may have a little bit of punching power, but I still think that he's a little wild with his punches. So I don't know. Frequent, what's up?
Salute. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, frequent. What's good?
What's going on, Queen? 2 Cents, what's up, Queen? She probably ain't here right now. But no, I just was saying in the chat that when we were saying that, Shakur was doing those type of things, nobody was going for it. But now, all of a sudden, everybody's starting to see what we were seeing. You know, if if Shakur would have just took that 25%, he wouldn't be going through none of this stuff that he's going through now. I think
That's a fact.
that was the biggest one of the biggest mistakes in his career, because he could possibly have undisputed already, and then that would give him a lot of advantages. He would have more leverage, with trying to fight Tank and all of that stuff. He'd be able to get more money from Turkey and whatnot. But yeah, that's all I
And
was saying.
I agree with you. I think that sometimes you have to take the opportunity in order to get more money. You know what I'm saying? And just believe in yourself, because we're all not going to, like, you know what I'm saying, get everything we want every single time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We're not always going to get
Especially,
what we want, but if we take opportunities to showcase whatever skills that we possess, more money will come in the future. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. He should have bet on himself. But there could be an exorbitant amount of people in his pockets to where maybe he just can't afford that right now. You know what I'm saying?
And salute to the beautiful Queen, Miss Marshawn West. How you doing today, Queen? Hope all is well with you. And I see people saying that frequency pervious to pain. What the fuck happened? What I miss?
Oh, I threatened to time him out because he kept playing on the damn link. But he's here now, and we talking about he
Oh,
agrees
frequent
that
like that
Shakur should have
shit.
took.
He
I know
likes
he
that
do.
shit. He likes the attention. He likes the attention.
Hmm. He agrees that Shakur should have taken the opportunity to fight Devin when he had it to elevate himself, and maybe he'd be undisputed right now. And I
But
happen
that
to agree
no,
with
but
it.
see that I don't really honestly now that I think about it, I don't really know who would have won between Shakur and Devin, honestly. Because Devin has the size and the length. And Shakur doesn't really wow me. Like they don't have to worry about each other's power in the ring. And I feel like Devin might have been a lot bigger than Shakur. Because like I'm looking at Shakur versus RTM. I'm looking at Shakur versus Padley. And I'm thinking like with Devin being the champ, I I really look at that fight completely different. Yeah, Shakur used to whoop that nigga ass in sparring back then, but they was younger, and I feel like maybe Devin might have would have got him. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I was more or less going from the opportunity angle, and who knows? But you're right. Neither one of them would have had to worry about each other's power, so it could have been a straight up chess match. You know what I'm saying? So,
Or it could have been like an amateur match, whoever lands the most punches. You feel me? Like
yep, yep,
I think Devin hit
yep.
harder than Shakur though.
You
But
think so?
I think yeah,
I would
Shakur. But
say
I
probably
think
so.
I
I would
think
say that I think Devin hits harder than Shakur.
I think
Hmm.
2 Cents was on point though. I like what she said with about the sacrifice. Shakur he 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 act like he's scared to make that sacrifice.
So
You
so
gotta
it's
And that's what
crazy
I
you
said. The
give it's
opportunity.
crazy. It's crazy that you give 2 Cent the credit for it, but I've been saying this shit for years. Been saying that Shakur is the only fighter that's never. He just don't like to admit that I'm right. That's all that shit is. Because then that admit that everything I said about Devin was true too. So you know what I'm saying? Like
you
you know,
wasn't
like
saying that when the 25% was on the table because you was on the upper side of that.
no, I didn't. I never said no, 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 no. Don't get me for that. You go back and look at some of my old shit. I sat there and said that the offer was 25%. And I said every fighter has taken a sacrifice. If it's a real offer, Shakur should have took that shit and called Devin's bluff. I said that. I said he should have definitely called the bluff. So don't say that to me. I said you got a chance to win all 4 fucking belts. I say sometimes you have to sacrifice. Don't say that to me because I was the one saying that he should have called Devin's bluff because I felt like Devin was bluffing. And I said he should call that nigga bluff. So yeah, don't put no lies on me, sir. I'm not frequent
But why?
liar, and
But
I'm not lying frequently.
why you think it was? Why you think it was a bluff when
I said call it. I
Bill?
said call it.
I know, but but we heard about that 25% offer from Shakur. Bill and Devin came to Shakur behind the scenes. So why would they be bluffing him behind the scenes?
Because when he tried to face off with him in the ring, that nigga hot-tailed it out the motherfucking ring. That's why I thought it was a bluff.
Now, was this before or after that fake contract was sent in the club?
That was after.
But I do know.
When Shakur was saying that, it wasn't no contract. So they made it, since he was making such a big
But
deal.
this is another thing though, right? If the 25 cent wasn't a bluff, why he didn't want to do it for 30%? Because the WBC. I'm talking about if Devin would have did it for 25%, why wouldn't Devin do it for 30%? Because WBC ordered it at 30 and Devin walked away. What's the 5 more percent?
No, they didn't order the 30. That Devin walked away when Shakur put in that petition to the WBC and asked for 50-50 split.
No, that's not it, Frequent, because I got it. It was for 30. No, Frequent, the WBC said they was going to grant Shakur 30%, 70-30. And Devin said, I don't want 70-30.
No, it never got to the point where they actually granted it, Upper, because as soon as he put in the petition, Devin went up in 4 regions. It didn't even get that far. They left because Bill was saying that Shakur wouldn't go below 50%. He kept saying 50%. Everything that they because they offered him a flat fee first, and he wouldn't take that either. He said they came to it was 3 offers, and Shakur said 50-50 split each time. And
one of them was scared. One of them was scared, and the other was glad he was scared.
I'm about to say the same damn thing. Jinx, get out my brain, because I damn sure was just thinking that.
Remember, I was on the panel with Fernando, and Fernando pulled up the petition that Shakur put in and read it. Shakur wanted that exception for 50-50 split. And that's why Devin left, because Devin was like, if he got all the belts, what do he look like giving Shakur a 50-50 split? And he just got there at 135 for one person, you know what I'm saying, or nobody, and then skipped the line. Devin was trying to fight Tank.
And that's the shit that I be saying, and a lot of Shakur fans be getting mad. But exactly, Jay Dixon, Shakur petitioned for 50%, but said he would take whatever the sanctioned bodies ordered. And Mauricio Suleiman had already said Shakur wouldn't get no more than 30%. But even though that's the shit that I'm talking about, like he made a deal with Jamel Herring, then went behind Jamel Herring back and gets more money than the champion. Like the man gets more money than the champion. Like,
I don't even understand how you're allowed to go renegotiate without me agreeing. I never really understood that.
Well, no. What had happened, Jamel Herring agreed on his amounts. When Jamel Herring got that 1.5, he agreed to that. You feel what I'm saying? And before Shakur had a chance to agree to it, he went back and was like, you know what? I think I deserve a little bit more spice on the cake. And that's what was crazy. And I'm like, you get more than the champion for his belt. But Shakur has always tried to put himself in an advantageous position. And everybody in boxing has once had to be at the other end of the spectrum, except for him. And I just feel like that shit has made him spoiled. And now he's sitting there talking about Tank Davis got to pay me such and such. And nigga, you're not about to get it. You're about to get a rude awakening. And it's so crazy that you went this far in your career and now you about to taste the bullet. Because he's about to taste the bullet against this Williams and Pater. Because he's about to get much less than he wants.
Let me ask y'all a question, panel, chat. It seems like, the Andre Wars, the Terrence Crawford, the Shakur Stevens, it seems like that group or the energy over there, and I'm gonna say Top Rank because that's who they been associated and affiliated with. it seems like they all act like this. Like, why do you think that is? Do you think that Top Rank is really over there just trying to get over on these fighters, which really makes them
Well,
adopt that mentality? Because I'm not gonna lie to
we
you, when I start finding out about how they do the pay-per-views and the threshold and all that, I was like, okay, I can understand why Terrence Crawford was over there acting like that.
well, Top Rank is a corporation. You feel what I'm saying? So whether they fight or they don't fight, people still are employed and got to get paid. You feel what I'm saying? See, with the PBC, you only get paid for your output. When we got to fight, that's when you get paid. So see, Top Rank has to keep this shit going whether it's a fight or not. So they have to get all the money that they can accrue. That's why they have a $500,000 by threshold on a pay-per-view. That's why Terrence Crawford didn't understand that you make more money getting it off the back end than the guarantee. Because you're getting this guarantee. Now you have to make a 500,000 threshold, and anything under that you don't get. Like Manny Pacquiao had 2 fights that did 1.3 million pay-per-view buys, but he only got paid for 800,000 pay-per-view buys in both of them fights. And for the 800,000 pay-per-view buys, he only got 25%. So basically, he's getting paid 60,000 times 8, that's 48 million. And out of that 48 million, he's only getting 12 million. Like he's only getting 12 million off of 40. So he gets the 15 million up front for the guarantee, which is a great guarantee, but he's getting the 12 million on the back end. So you mean to tell me Manny Pacquiao just got $28 million for a 1.3 pay-per-view buy, but he did 588,000 with Keith Thurman, right? Him and Keith Thurman did 588,000 pay-per-view buys with like a $10 million gate, and Manny Pacquiao cleared over 35 million off of that. So Manny Pacquiao with 588,000 got more, over almost 10 million more than what he got, making 1.3 million with Top Rank. So yes, Top Rank has been motherfucking going up in these guys, no Diddy without the Diddy juice. You feel me? No Vaseline, no baby oil. They've been getting raw dog Diddy style. And they've been
That's
doing it.
crazy.
That's why Mikey Garcia sat on the show and came over to fight Earl. Like Mikey Garcia made more money in the Earl Spence fight than he made his entire career. Him and Earl both walked away with over $14 million in that fight. Top Rank was mad about that shit. Why you think Pacquiao came over here? Why you think when boxers get a little name, they leave fucking Top Rank? Like Top Rank is great. Like Top Rank is great when you're trying to build your name and you're trying to get the experience, because Top Rank got all the fighters. We're not gonna lie and act like they don't. Top Rank got all the amateurs. They got everybody in Top Rank. But when you start making a certain type of money, Top Rank don't know how to market you. They don't want to market you. Look, Floyd had to fight over 30 fights before he made $1 million. Like they had Floyd Mayweather getting all the good fights for the low. You feel what I'm saying? They was getting fights for the low off of Floyd. Floyd didn't make money till he came off of Top Rank and fought Oscar De La Hoya. And what number fight was that? 2 Cent. Floyd was his Floyd versus Oscar.
That was
What
like his
was it like?
30th
That was
fight or
30th.
something. Yeah, his 30th fight or something.
Wasn't it like his 34th or 35th fight?
I thought it was his 30th.
Yeah, my answer. Hey, she left. My answer is just almost the same. Hell yeah, Top Rank was taking advantage of those fighters, but just certain fighters though. I don't think they were taking advantage of all the fighters in this stable. I think
Well,
just
some
certain
of them they
ones,
can't take advantage of.
mainly
Well,
mainly the
no,
best
they was
fighters.
taking
I think.
they was no frequent top rank take advantage of everybody. Only one they didn't take advantage of was Muhammad Ali, but they got him after he died. They was even taking advantage of Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy. They
Well,
was
I never
taking
Didn't
heard.
half.
they steal? Didn't
I
they?
never heard
Hold on, didn't Bob
Oscar
Aaron
did.
steal Top Rank?
He stole, yeah, he stole top rank from Muhammad Ali and his family.
Yeah,
But
so
look,
I
I
mean they
never,
did take
I
advantage of
never heard Lomachenko or Pacquiao complaining though. But I did hear, the rumor came out that Bob Arum was saying like black fighters don't sell, and I think that's why he had all of those, stipulations in place, before the black fighters
Well,
can get paid,
that's the one.
like Terrence
That's
Crawford was
one
talking about.
person. That's one person I can say that Bob Arum didn't rob right there. Was Lomachenko. Like Lomachenko got way more than he was supposed to get. Bob was pushing the world behind him, but HBO and all of them was trying to push them European fighters. But frequent Pacquiao did complain. Why do you think Pacquiao left? That's why they got him beat by Jeff Horn to make him lose. Because Pacquiao, after he fought that Floyd Mayweather fight, you know, Pacquiao and Floyd both got over almost $300 million frequent. And
Well, it seemed like
Pac,
it seemed like it was more than just boxing with Pacquiao in it, with Bob Arum, because Bob Arum actually told Terrence Crawford, he actually said that he didn't give Terrence Crawford the Pacquiao fight because he didn't want to see Pacquiao get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that's his friend. So,
but see,
I think
that's also a lie too, because Bob Arum gave Terrence Crawford the Pacquiao fight, and
He didn't want
Bomac
to see
turned it down.
Pacquiao get cheated.
Yeah,
no,
but
but Bob Arum said that out his own mouth, though. He's the one
okay,
who
he said that frequent, but actions speak differently. Bob Arum says a lot of shit, but he said that, but he gave them the fight. He gave them the fight. Both
they walked away.
He gave Pacquiao. He gave Terrence. Bro, freaking, you ain't gonna tell me what I seen, bro. He gave the Pacquiao
How
fight
he
to
give him
Terrence.
the fight? How he give him the fight if he's explaining why he didn't give him the fight? Come on,
because he actually explained that he did give them the fucking fight, dude. Do you not know boxing? Do you know why Pacquiao and Terrence? Bro, I can pull it up, bro. That's why I say, bro, you don't listen. You listen to certain shit, bro. You might as well go listen to Dick Glazier, dog.
You tell me how, because I saw Bob Arum
Bomac did an interview. Bomac did an interview, and he said that that Bob finally broke down and gave them the Pacquiao fight, bro. He gave it to him.
That was after Bob. That was after Bob didn't give him the fight, though. That was later on.
He didn't give him the Pacquiao fight earlier on in his career, bro. But
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about early on. I'm talking about.
Okay, but I'm talking about before Pacquiao left, before the Jeff Horn fight. They was trying to give Terrence Crawford the Pacquiao fight before the Jeff Horn fight. It wasn't gonna be Jeff Horn versus Pacquiao. It was supposed to be Terrence Crawford versus Pacquiao. Bomac turned the shit down, so that's why Jeff Horn got the fight. They was trying to shit Pacquiao out of his damn belt before he left, because Pacquiao said he going to the PBC where he can get his money.
But that was after Pacquiao had got knocked out and all of that stuff, though. I'm talking about before that, when Bud was trying to get that name on his resume. If he would have beat Pacquiao, that would have boosted his career. But Bob Arum said he didn't give him that fight. He specifically said he didn't give him
that was years ago, and they wasn't in the same division. That was years when they went in the same division.
Ago, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
When the time came, when the time came for the fight, they turned it down. When Bob Arum gave them motherfucking fight, they turned it down. Point blank, period. Bomac even did a live and said they turned it down because they said Pacquiao had already signed, but the money didn't come in fast enough for them. Exactly, Jay Dixon. Bomac said on live stream, he said that he told Bud not to sign. Bomac made them niggas not fight. Pacquiao had already signed. Bomac told that nigga not sign that fight. It was right before the Jeff Horn fight.
So that was when Terrence was already when he just got undisputed, right?
He was undisputed at 140. He was undisputed at 140, and they was trying to elevate his ass at 147 by bringing him up to fight Pacquiao and beating a legend like Pacquiao and getting the WBO belt. They was like, fuck it, we about to give Pacquiao this belt. I mean, we about to give Bud this belt. Plus, we about to have him beat a legend. And Terrence Crawford had all 4 belts at the 140 division. And Bomac was like, damn, this is his first fight at 147. So he was kind of nervous about the shit. And then the money that they was asking for, they was trying to price themselves out, actually. And Bob Arum was like, well, you get such and such money after such and such. And Bomac was like, you know what? Don't sign that shit. And they didn't sign it. Bomac made Terrence Crawford say he's still mad at Bomac behind that shit. but Bomac made Terrence Crawford pull out of the signing, and then they ended up making Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. So he had the fight. He just turned that shit down.
Yeah, I missed that. I gotta check that out.
And
I
if Terrence Crawford, if Terrence Crawford would have fought Manny Pacquiao, he would have been the A side to everybody at welterweight, because they would have put that on pay-per-view. Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford would have did at least 500,000-600,000 pay-per-view buys at least, because Pacquiao brought that himself.
But still, Bob, that only showed that Bob was trying to cash out. He was trying to cash Pacquiao out, and since he had Terrence Crawford re-signing to him over and over again, he was going to try to,
he was trying to cash Pacquiao. You know why? Do you know why he was trying to cash Pacquiao out?
Because he got knocked out.
No, man, Pacquiao been knocked out a few times. It wasn't that.
Yeah.
Pacquiao was still marketable. Bob Arum tried to cash Pacquiao out because Pacquiao got that motherfucking PBC money, and he seen what the money looked like without Top Rank taking out of his pocket. And then Pacquiao tried to go to Top Rank and them like, look, I don't want that threshold on my motherfucking money. I want my back end. And Bob Arum and them was like, we don't do back ends like that over here. Exactly, LaMarcus. They didn't understand the back end bread, and that's when having a competent manager comes in. Exactly. That's why Bob don't like his people fighting on PBC. Because when they fight on PBC, then they see a different type of fucking money. And like Frequent, that's like if you used to making say like you used to making $3 million a fight, right, Frequent? And then you go over here to PBC and you end up making $1.5 million up front, but you getting $8-9 million on the back end. After you done ate that type of steak, you're not trying to go back to no goddamn $3 million steak, right? You trying to see like you trying to see like what the fuck, yeah. And then listen, Pacquiao started thinking back to all them times that he made all these millions. Because Pacquiao made 6, not 1, not 2, but had 6 pay-per-views that did over 1 million pay-per-view buys with Bob Arum. So they fucked him over 6 times. Manny Pacquiao has 6 pay-per-views over 1 million buys besides the Floyd Mayweather. Floyd makes 7, but he had 6 of them. He had the one with Sugar Shane, the one with Oscar. He had 6 of them. You can look it up. He had 6 pay-per-views. He had 2 of them that was 1.3. He had 2 1.2 and 2 1.1 pay-per-views. And Bob raked it in. And Pacquiao was like, you know what? You've been getting me all this time. Like, where's all the money going? And Bob told him, don't worry about the money. And Pacquiao was like, nah, I'm not re-signing you because he said, nah, I'm not re-signing you because you taking my money. And Bob was like, well, you can leave, but you ain't leaving with that belt. And they tried to get Terrence Crawford to take the belt off of him, but Bomac wasn't trying to go for it. And they was like, you know what, Jeff, go ahead and get it. And Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn ass, but lost the war.
Yeah, they robbed Pacquiao.
A questionable win. It was a questionable win.
That's just like, look, what did Top Rank do for Terrence Crawford when he decided to leave? They try to shit on him and try to act like his value wasn't shit. What they do to Shakur? They start showing motherfuckers leaving the place, falling asleep, everything. Like, Top Rank is some bullshit, though. Whenever you get ready to leave Top Rank, they try to make your stock look like shit, dog. Like, they do that to all their fucking fighters, dog. Like, they do that.
There's no critique. It's no critique of Top Rank. People be real quiet when it come to Top Rank. I ain't see one. Well, I talked about it, but I ain't see a parade of videos about how Top Rank put ESPN out of business, or how Top Rank got kicked off ESPN, or how Bob was losing money, and like I didn't hear none of that. None of that.
People don't realize that Top Rank made HBO go out of business. Top Rank is the reason that HBO
They said it was PBC fault.
Business.
I think it's Top Rank.
HBO went out of business because they kept trying to push them Europeans. They try to push them fucking Europeans. And yeah, LaMarcus, Top Rank let Bud and Sean Porter go to Porsche bid, and PBC bought that shit. And you know what? That was the best thing that could have ever happened to Bud, was that PBC bought the Bud and Porter fight. Because at least on that shit, Bud actually made some money with that. because even though they only did 130,000 pay-per-view buys with like a $3-4 million gate, 130,000 pay-per-view buys, that's still motherfucking over $9 million. Like shit. That still was like damn a $14 million fight. Top Rank don't give a fuck about black fighters. And Top Rank, and with Oscar De La Hoya, y'all see what happened to Oscar?
What happened?
I think he might have fell off. But
Top Rank that's a legacy promotional company.
But
You know,
I'm
that
gonna
was
say this
Muhammad
one thing:
Ali.
Oscar De La Hoya, when he left Top Rank, they tried to show him to be a drug addict. They tried to show him to be a they try to make they put all Oscar De La Hoya shit on Front Street. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
did they release those pictures?
They the ones that released that picture with him with the transformer.
They wrong for that.
You know, they just let you know you gotta get down and stay down. Exactly, Swat. They did motherfucking damn Oscar dirty as fuck. And he was the golden boy. But they held on to all that shit to cut. Just in case the golden boy wanted to leave. Shit.
But
So,
one thing you can say about Top Rank, though, they do like them prospects that be coming up, you know, they definitely do be building them fighters up though. You know, they good at that.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why when they asked me what I would do if I was a fighter, I would go to Top Rank to build up for at least 3 years. I will fight 24 fights in 3 years, every other month. Matter of fact, I'll be fighting 8 times a year on Top Rank. They'll get you all the fights you want.
The
I'll be
only
stopping
thing is
everybody.
it's hard to get off of there though, because I heard they got that clause in there that if you win a championship belt, that adds
That's why I ain't frequent. That's why I'm not doing no championship belt after I leave the edge. You feel me? I'm just building my name up. I don't want no championship fight. I don't want no motherfucking championship fight.
You get an
yeah, I think Top Rank is best for just building your name. Building your name
Yeah,
and moving
they
on.
clearly discourage pay-per-views. They don't want that. They obviously don't want that.
You don't remember what they did? Y'all remember what they did to Shakur? You remember when Shakur? You remember when Shakur? You remember when Shakur wanted to fight Oscar Valdez? They did not want that fight at all.
Oh yeah, Bob was mad about that. He had an attitude and everything.
Shakur and Jay Prince. Jay Prince and them went to ESPN. ESPN told Bob, make that fight. Bob was like, I got a better fight. No, they said, no, we want that fight. 2 champions. Bob was pouting the whole time. He was sitting down there. He didn't even come up to the damn thing. Like, Bob was mad as hell because he wanted to make money off of Oscar Valdez, and Shakur watched that man. Like, that shit was crazy. But you seen it right there. And then he was talking about, I try to tell my fighters, there's no point for going to undisputed. I don't want Shakur to be undisputed. That'd be a waste of money. But you steady pushing undisputed for Lomachenko every time you turn your fucking head. It's Lomachenko for undisputed.
About?
Like he didn't want Shakur. Like he talking about he don't want his fighters to go undisputed. But that's the main thing that he's pushing for Lomachenko every time. Undisputed. Like it's called having the complexity for the connection, dog. That's all.
Yeah, Bob Arum don't think that black fighters could sell, man. He think that, you know, Loma could sell, so and getting those belts, you know, that's gonna catapult.
How can Bob Arum think black fighters don't sell? That like that this
Well,
it just doesn't even make sense.
If Loma could sell, why the only time Loma was on pay-per-view was when he's on Floyd Mayweather's undercards? Except for the Devin Haney fight.
Why his biggest fights with black fighters?
Exactly.
Yo, I thought he was on pay-per-view when he fought Rigo. He wasn't?
No.
Oh, that was like his biggest fight, you know, after Devin.
I thought the Gary Russell fight was bigger than me.
Then the Rigo fight?
Yeah.
Rigo now?
Rigo came up 4 weight classes. That wasn't no big fight to me.
Yeah, I know that was crazy, but Rigo was undefeated.
And Rigo was up. That's just like me saying that Bam Rodriguez fighting the undefeated motherfucking 108 champion. It's not going to be a
Yeah, I know,
competition.
I know it was crazy, you know, for him to go all the way up there like that, but you know, Rigo was a big deal though.
They forced Rigo to do that, just like they forced what's the Jamaican dude name? They forced him to take that fight with Loma. Dude just came back.
And did Rigo dirty. They took his belt from him.
Yep. What's the Jamaican dude that just came back? They forced forced to fight Lomachenko and then came up to beat that fight. He just came back to boxing after like 5 years. He's back now.
Who, the dude that T.O. beat?
Nah, he came back and won. I think Lomachenko has only lost. Damn, what the hell is it? Yeah, Walters. Exactly. LaMarcus Walters. Yeah, Walters just now coming back. Nicholas Walters. Yeah, they did him dirty.
Yeah, I don't know what Bob
What
Picasso
you,
be thinking. But it's
that's a
obvious his
who?
fighters don't feel that way because didn't Teal say Bob can keep the black fighters? So I mean, it's a disconnect somewhere.
Look, but who you think gonna win that fight though? Shakur and Zepeda.
I got Zepeda.
You got Zepeda?
Yep. Because Shakur done pissed Turkey off. And Turkey's gonna, and you know, Shakur's not about to knock out Zepeda. He's not about to knock out Zepeda. They about to make Shakur fight in the shoebox. So he ain't gonna have that much room to get no space.
I don't know. I feel like Kevin Farmer showed Shakur how he can possibly beat Zepeda.
You sound muffled, frequent. I can barely understand you.
Shakur doesn't have that. Shakur doesn't have that power that Tevin Farmer got. Tevin Farmer been taking that shit.
Shakur stopped the person in his last fight though.
Yeah, Shakur stopped the damn electrician that had no training camp. Yeah, of course he stopped him.
He should have. We didn't expect anything less from Shakur, did we? Taking the fight on 2 day notice.
I did. I expected it to be less than 10 rounds.
I mean, I'm not gonna be that critical, but it is what it
2%.
is.
If I'm fighting somebody that's never had that didn't have no training camp, I'm gonna bust his body up in the first round because he ain't got no core work. That's no core
You
work.
guys have to keep in mind that Shakur's hands, he doesn't have that much power and he has hand issues. So first round is a little bit of a stretch, but I did expect him to get him out of there a little earlier than not.
No,
I
said me. If I fought somebody without no core, I said if I fought somebody without no core work, they not lasting more than a round. I'm gonna beat that damn stomach up quick.
Yeah,
me and Shakur hit completely different. I hit with 807. I hit 817 pounds per square inch. Shakur ain't hitting like me. I'm just saying me. I'm gonna fuck a nigga guts up.
But you don't think Shakur got no stopping power though? I think Shakur got enough stopping power to stop Zepeda, man. If he timed the punches right.
To stop Zepeda?
Did Shakur stop?
Bro.
Y'all gotta stop this. Y'all really gotta stop this.
Frequent. Did Shakur stop RTM Haruguru?
I think if Tevin Farmer hand didn't get hurt, he would have stopped.
No, Tevin Farmer's on steroids, nigga. Damn. He even admitted it. He admitted it, nigga. We ain't gonna act like he not.
Jacket, man. He ain't never admit that.
Nigga, I put it on him. Nigga. Everybody, even your boy said this nigga got an uncomfortable tick that he never had. Even Auntie Schofield said that nigga on some shit. You don't go from 6% knockouts to damn near 90% knocking everybody down. Fuck that. Nope.
Did he come out and say he got correct stuff?
Man, that nigga took 2 years off and he cycled for 2 years, nigga.
Oh, like Ryan?
I don't know why people know this happens in boxing, but then when you like have a suspicion about it or bring it up, they act like it's
brought it up.
impossible. Like,
Earl
why do y'all
Spence
do
just brought
that?
it.
Because y'all want to
Earl
throw that
Spence just
jacket on
brought that
him,
shit
but
up.
somebody pop dirty like Ryan, and y'all be questioning
Nigga, he
if
didn't
they
pop
see
dirty because he sat
pop
out for
Here
dirty.
2
we
years,
go.
nigga.
Here we go.
Hey, 2
Hey,
cent. Ty, y'all get y'all final thought,
exactly,
man. I
man.
gotta go, bro. It's almost 5 o'clock. 2 cent. Ty, y'all get y'all final thought.
Thank you for letting me come up. Shout out to y'all. Shout out Ty, Upper Chat, Jamal Andrews. Appreciate it. Holler at y'all next time.
Appreciate you, Queen. Get
Yeah,
your
I
line
mean,
ass get your line ass final thought before the Queen real quick, bro.
Yeah, salute to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to both of the queens on the panel. And you too, Upper. And I'm
You
out.
too, man. Stop online all the time, nigga. It's up to you, Queen.
Man, this is a good cook. We really didn't get into the meat and potatoes of the Normans, but I mean, we covered pretty much a lot of their lives yesterday, and I'm sure there's more to come. So, stay tuned to the next episode. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, beautiful. And shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out for everybody that looked out the Cash App, that supported the grind. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I'm sorry, but I got a low bullshit tolerance. We're not gonna act like this nigga ain't huffing the shit, dog. But peace and bless to everybody. If you in the Discord, I see you back there. Hell, time got away from us today. It's 5 o'clock already on Eastern Standard Time, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out Just Do, whoever's on right now, especially my nigga Just Do, if he's on today. I don't know yet. I ain't checked. But we need to stop trying to cap for these motherfuckers. And to lead Cunningham, you still cool with me, my nigga, but I'm not about to sit there and let your homeboy get away with that bullshit. Like, first off, he ain't gonna threaten KO like that. Plus, he might be like that, but it'd be the last place he'd be like that at. If you want motherfuckers to stop talking about him and his son, tell him to stop lying all the time. Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all, man. And Apex the God is out, bro.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. I'm moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Hop out and leave them holding like the Bible. AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody, kill it. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2, gon' split em. FN, that's for any fuck, nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. Smoke. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em.